Hello everyone, it is Bridget here, standing in Bridget's healthy kitchen, wishing you a very wonderful day wherever you are and whatever it is you're doing. I hope you're well and I hope you are safe. Thank you for joining me on today's very quick class. It's one that I don't do often, a drinks class. I think the last time we did a drinks class was pre-Christmas. The world was a very different looking place pre-Christmas, and I think I did 12 different cocktails for you guys. Healthy, I called them skinny cocktails that are not just good for Christmas. You may be wanting to pull them out around about now as well, but we did lots and lots of gorgeous cocktails. So I haven't done a drinks class since then. And now this class is non-alcoholic, but you could add alcohol. I will put that in. But this class is about making a healthy cordial. Now I grew up drinking cordials and it wasn't pleasant. I remember that the cordials of my youth I found quite terrible. And actually, even as a kid, I preferred to drink water. Because I just found cordials to be kind of an odd flavor. Now I know a lot of people love them and a lot of kids especially love them, but as we all know, cordials are packed full of sugar. They're packed full of colors and additives. I mean, I know that you can buy, natural colored ones, but the core of a cordial is, let's be honest, it's sugar. And that's not great. There's other things that we can do, and here is a recipe that I'm going to give you guys that you can make a fresh lime cordial that is sugar-free, which is pretty cool. So if you're joining me today for the first time, welcome into my kitchen. If you're a long-time watcher, welcome back. Please let me know where you're coming from. Let me know what's happening in your part of the world as well. I'd love to hear from you. But in the meantime, like I was saying, the cordial that we're doing today is a lime cordial. And the reason why I'm doing a lime cordial is because limes are really, really cheap here in Australia at the moment. They may not be cheap in your part of the world, and if you're wondering whether you can substitute limes for lemons and make a lemon cordial, 100%, you can totally do that. Oh, I've just seen the beautiful Lynn come and join us. Now Lynn is coming to us all the way from SoCal, Southern California. Myself and Mahay have known Lynn for many years. She's a very dear friend, and she's actually, I think Lynn, you were probably one of the last people that we were able to hug and kiss and have dinner with before all the lockdowns happened. I think you were one of the last people, so that is for you, my darling Lynn. I hope you're well. We love you and Corey to bits, so hope you guys are well. And to everyone else who's joining us as well, thank you for watching. It's going to be a cool class. Yes, this cordial can be served to kids. In fact, this is, if I was your kid and you were serving me this, I'd be so much happier than the bottled or the packet cordial that was made in our house. And I know why it was made, because it kind of kept the kids happy, apart from this kid. She was miserable, didn't like the cordial. So the cordial we're making today, I actually really like. And of course it's simple to make. Come on down to my bench. Let's get into this. Hello to Judith as well, and to Amanda who's watching us. So come on down to my bench. Not going to take us long. Cordial doesn't take long to make. But before I go any further with this, as I was saying, you could make this out of limes, but we're also going to talk a little bit about other fruits, fresh fruits that you can make this cordial with if you don't have access to limes or lemons if they're out of season where you currently are. So come on down to my bench. You'll see that I only have a few bits and pieces in front of me. Of course, I have fresh limes. And as I was saying, in Australia at the moment, limes are extremely cheap. And I bought a kilo of limes for $3. And I've been making all manner of things. And I thought, what's why I can obviously do something and really get rid of a few limes at the same time. This cordial is perfect. You're going to need, say, depending on the size of your limes, and we are making a litre. So a litre, which is about 2 pints. So we're making this much, a litre of cordial. So for a litre of cordial, you're going to need in the vicinity of 3 to 4 limes, depending on their size. If you've got humongous limes, you're probably only going to need 3. You can see that mine are pretty average kind of a size for a lime, so I'm going to be using 4. And if you really like that strong lime flavor, which is so different to lemons, which just tend to be quite acidic, limes almost have a sweetness to them. So you can add a bit more lime if you wanted to. So the first thing you want to do with your limes, once you've picked your size, is give them a good roll on the bench. Now what you are doing when you are rolling your limes is you're starting to break up the fibers inside the lime. You're making it more easy to juice, and we should be able to extract more juice from our lime. You can do the same thing with lemon, of course. We're going to be able to extract even more juice from our lime by just taking that extra couple of seconds just to give them a bit of a squeeze and a roll. I don't normally say squeeze your fruit, but this is a good time to squeeze your fruit because then you get to really feel what's going on inside of there. Put a bit of muscle into it if you want to, and then you've got a lime that's going to be a lot easier to juice. So before we do that, we want to remove, and this is a really important step, we want to remove the skin. Now I'm not going to zest the lime, I'm actually going to remove the skin by cutting it. So you don't really want to remove too much of the white because the white will make it bitter. So what you're actually looking for, and I might move on to my large knife, just a little bit easier. What you're actually trying to do is to remove just the skin with as little of the white as possible. So it can be a bit tricky, you know, to just remove the skin. I'm going to show you how you can remove it once you have taken the skin off. And you notice that what I did to make this a real safe procedure is I'll just show you here, is I cut down on one side, remove one end, I remove the other end, and then I've got a nice firm surface to work from. So it's a little bit safer. And already, oh, the smell, the gorgeous smell that we are getting from these lime skins is pretty awesome. So what you want to do now with your small knife, once you've removed the skin, is you actually want to start to remove the pith, or that's the white bit there. And the reason why we want to remove it, and you've got to be really careful here because you don't want to lose a finger or slice into a finger. And what you're trying to do is just very gently going through, and some limes will have really thin pith where the other ones will be quite firm. So give it a bit of a scrape if you want to, and you want to go down and remove as much of that white stuff as possible, because that white stuff, as I was saying, it's going to make your cordial bitter and you don't want that. So once you've removed that thick white stuff, I'm just going to put it straight into my little jar, and I'll do a couple more so you guys can sort of see what's going on. Do a couple more for you. And it's just about getting rid of that bitterness. So that's why it pays to use a thin small knife at this stage. And this is literally the hardest part of this process. Everything else is easy peasy. So once you've got all of those removed, and let's just imagine, just for speed of service, that I have already removed all the pith on those guys. And I'm just going to quickly, just so you can see the process again, cut down here and pretending that I've removed all the pith from these guys as well. And this is a really nice way, not just to use up limes, but to actually get something really gorgeous and healthy, obviously, into the kids as well. Just pretend I've removed all the pith, right? And then once you've removed all the pith from your 3 or 4 limes, and like I said, it will take a couple of minutes to get done, but once you've done that, you've got the base to your lime cordial. But we are still going to use these. Don't fret and think that we're not going to use these. 100% we're going to be using these. But we're going to use these in a second. So what you want to do is now you want to take a little bit of fibre syrup. So this is our prebiotic syrup that we use. And we want to put in, I'm going to measure this. Let's say I've got the zest of 4 limes cleaned in here right now. I'm now going to add in 50 grams, remember this makes 1 litre, 50 grams, which is about 1.7 ounces of fibre syrup. And remember, our fibre syrup is a prebiotic syrup, so it is good for our gut health. It has also got pretty much 0 calories per portion. So it's not going to spike your insulin levels, it's not going to raise your blood glucose levels, it's not going to show up at all, because this is not sugar. This is a syrup that does not affect, it's indigestible, so it does not affect your blood glucose, which is perfect for diabetics, it's perfect for weight loss, it's perfect if you want to start going sugar-free in your life, and also great for kids as well. So then I'm just going to take a little bit of our pure as inulin powder, pure as inulin. I'm just going to add a couple tablespoons of that into there, and that is going to be our sweetener. Now normally a cordial like this would literally call for like a cup of sugar, which is ridiculous. So we've just added 50 grams of our fibre syrup, we've added 2 tablespoons of inulin. And the next step, bear with me, I'm just boiling the jug in the background if you're wondering, because the next step is that we're going to put a bit of boiling liquid into this, and then we're going to leave it to sit for a while, and that makes the base of our syrup. Pretty simple, right? Pretty easy. We're also going to juice our limes, which I'm going to do right now. You guys know how to juice limes, but I'm going to do it for you anyway. And I think I'll do it into, where have I got? I need a little bowl. Oh, you know what? It's even better. I'm going to juice our limes into that because it's got a little tip to pour it into the jug once it's done. So I'm using pretend I've taken that all off, remember? Just pretend, just bear with me, pretend. I'm using a little juicer. Obviously ideal because you are going to get the most bang for your buck out of this. I'm gonna, just heard the jug click off. Let me go and get the jug. Right, so hot water, boiling water I should say. Make sure that your jug that you're using is heat proof. You don't want a plastic one, then you're gonna melt it. And what you want to add into here is about 150 mils of boiling water. And as I was saying, that now becomes the base of our syrup. So, there's a spoon, give it a bit of a stir. You just want to mix through, obviously, the fibre syrup and make sure that the inulin is distributed well and it starts to mix through. And because the fibre syrup is definitely that, a syrup, that's why you want to give it a good mix. Make sure that you've got a nice little syrup work in there. I'm going to have a little bit of a taste. Oh, it does taste like limes. Funny that, right? Funny that. And we're going to leave that to sit just for a while. While we're doing that, we can go through and we can start to juice our limes up. You don't have to save the lime shells once they've been juiced. That's completely up to you. But ideally, you want to extract as much lime juice as possible because obviously this is going to give it a really good flavor as well. So once, depending on who you're serving this to, like for me personally, I do not need a lot of sugar to make my day. In fact, I need barely any type of sweetener, which is fantastic. And it's taken me, look, don't think I'm just one of these miracle people who don't like sugar. I love sweet things, but I've been able to wean myself off sweet things and sugary, foods over a number of years because now I find that the least amount of added sugar I have in my food means that I don't need as much as I used to. So it's almost like, I've changed my palate, and so I don't need a lot of sweetener. You might find that you like it, or if you're feeding it to kids, giving it to kids, that they want it to be a little bit more sweeter, then just add a little bit of fibre syrup till you get to that point where you find it to be quite palatable for whoever you're serving it to. But as I was saying, I'm been doing this for long enough now that my palate just does not need or require as much sweetener. And what I do find is that I find really, like artificially sweetened foods, I'm going to say that about white sugar, I can't have them because they are so incredibly sweet. So when it comes to this, it's up to you when it comes to how much sugar you put in there, how much fibre syrup. For me, I'm quite happy with that amount. So the next thing, imagine that this has now been working away for about 10 minutes, and we've got a really, really nice little infusion going on there with our syrup. Then you just pour the lime juice through a little sieve, just because you want to catch it. But you don't have to if you like it to be a little bit chunky. There's not much in there, there's just a few little lime bits and pieces. Pour that together. And then all you need to do is decide what you're going to use to top it up. So if you top it up with water, up to the 1 litre mark, you're going to get the most awesome lime cordial, just like that. But what's also really cool, and what I like to do is I like to top it up with sparkling water, and then I feel like I'm really having a treat. So you want to put in 1 litre of whatever, whether it's water. And if you're saving this and putting it in the fridge, then you definitely want to go with water. But if you're serving it straight away, why not have a little bit of a sparkle in your day and add a little bit of sparkling water? Just makes perfect sense, but I'll leave that up to you guys. Give it a bit of a stir. And of course you want to have a little bit of a taste. My one is going to taste not as limey as it could, only because I haven't let it sit long enough. But even then, the base of that is fabulous. Let me just tell you, even though that's halfway done, the base of that is fabulous. Now, how would you serve it? Well, you can serve it obviously just straight into a glass. I like to leave those sitting in there and then actually, we'll come back down, you want to see what I'm doing, and actually strain as I'm serving. So you can just serve it straight like that and you've got a wonderful lime cordial. Or if you're feeling a little bit naughty, excuse me, this is when this comes into play, yeah? Couple of nips of that goes in. It's up to you. Maybe it's vodka, maybe it's gin. Completely up to you. And then you top it with your lime cordial and you got a little cocktail happening. A little lunchtime cocktail for anyone. That's really naughty. But it doesn't even look like cocktail. You could probably have that on your Zoom meeting and everyone will just think you're having a lime cordial. So there you go. Lime cordial, easy peasy, peasy, peasy. As I said, you decide what you want. You can do it with limes. You can do it with lemons as well. Lemon's going to be a bit more tangy, so you might want to add a little bit more fibre syrup, but play around with those quantities. The kids version and the adults version, don't get it confused, looks exactly the same. You can do it with sparkling water. You can do it with filtered water as well. Of course, it lasts in the fridge forever if you want to chill it down and put it in the fridge. I think we have a question. Nahi, yes.
You answered it.
Oh, I did. Can you? What was the question?
Is sparkling water a must?
Is sparkling water a must? No, sparkling water is not a must. Just normal filtered water, because then it just becomes cordial. I just wanted to go just a little bit fancy. I think that's the kids version. I can't have the adults version right now. I'm going to try the kids version. It's just a sparkly little treat. You feel kind of special when you have. I feel like I'm a little bit effervescent, well, bubbly when I have my sparkly water. Yes, we got another question.
Where do you get the fibre syrup from?
Where do you get the fibre syrup from? Great question. So fibre syrup is available if you're in Australia and New Zealand. We all buy it online. Just Google fibre syrup near me, and I know that in New Zealand you can get it from a company called Nothing Naughty. In Australia, you can get it from a company called Surkin, S-U-R-K-I-N. It is not available in stores. I have never seen it in stores. Now, in America, because I know I've got the beautiful Lynn watching, I have found an alternative to fibre syrup in the States called allulose syrup. That syrup, by the way, if you're wondering, in Australia, is not available. It is not available in any way, shape, or form in Australia or New Zealand, but in America, I've seen allulose, spelled A-L-L-U-L-O-S-E, allulose, comes in powdered form like a sugar substitute, and it also comes in syrup form like a clear syrup. And I found that at, not Trader Joe's, I found that at...
Walmart?
No, it wasn't Walmart. It was in a health food store, put it that way, and I can't remember the name of it. It was something Gardens. There's a really big health food store chain, and I was in Southern California. I found it there, so you can purchase it through the health food stores. You could probably find it in Whole Foods. I would be pretty sure. But at the same time, we are about to launch our own fibre syrup, which is going to be 100% chicory, inulin chicory fibre syrup. And just a word of caution: just check your labels to make sure that when you're buying fibre syrup, that it's a good quality one, that what you're looking for is something that has 100% chicory, which means that it is prebiotic, and that's what we're going to be launching very soon, and it's all very, very exciting. We've got lots and lots of stuff happening here in Bridget's kitchen, like so many things happening, very, very exciting stuff for all of us. We'll keep you guys in the loop. But hey, one of the other things I want to say about this is a lovely little Mother's Day treat as well. If you want to go that little step further and you want to make sure that Mother's Day is done the right way, then either go this version for the kids, or you can go this version as well. Completely up to you. I hope you've enjoyed today's class. I'm gonna make this cordial right now because I've got more time, but I hope you enjoyed today's very easy class. I look forward to chatting with you guys soon. It is going to be exciting, and yes, I know, Caro, I am so excited about, like, we have managed to locate the best fibre syrup in the world. It is 100% chicory, inulin chicory. It is amazing. It is just the best thing I've ever encountered. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get it to you guys. We're a couple of weeks away from launch, only because we just, you know, with the COVID-19, things are a little bit delayed in getting packaging and all that sort of stuff, but we are working hard to get it to you guys, and you will be the first to know when we launch our fibre syrup. So Take care. Please be safe. Oh, forgot to say, what else could you use? Try, instead of this, try using berries. Try making your own berries, like just cook some berries in a pot with no liquid whatsoever, even frozen berries, strawberries or something like that, and then do the same thing with your strawberries. But just remember that when you go to serve the cordial, you need to strain it because you're going to have berry pips inside of it. So you can do exactly the same thing with berries as well. So you can do a strawberry cordial, a raspberry cordial, a blueberry cordial, completely up to you. All right, guys, love you lots, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.